All right, today we're jumping into a really fascinating approach to personal growth, something called emergence coaching. The whole idea is about unlocking this incredibly powerful intelligence that, believe it or not, already exists inside you.
So let's just start with a really big question. Most of us, we're taught to look outside for answers, right? To experts, to mentors, to books. But what if the deepest wisdom, the absolute clearest path forward for you, was already there, just waiting to be uncovered? That's the core idea we're going to unpack today.
So, what exactly is emergence coaching? Well, at its heart, it's a reflective partnership. It's not about one person showing up with all the answers. Nope. Instead, it's about creating this unique space where intelligence and real transformation can just unfold naturally. And here's the kicker, it happens for both the coach and the client. It's a genuine process of mutual discovery.
So you might be wondering, how is this really different from other ways of getting help? Let's take a closer look at what makes this a true partnership of discovery. Okay, this chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the usual expert models we're all familiar with. Consulting, mentoring, where there's a clear hierarchy. The expert is there to solve the problem. But look at the right. Emergence coaching just flips that script completely. It's founded on mutual discovery, working from the assumption that the client already has the wisdom they need. The coach's job isn't to dish out advice, but to ask the kind of questions that spark real reflection. And this partnership is really built on a few core values. First, it honors the client's autonomy, your power to choose your own path. It's also about the incredible power of presence, the coach being fully there, tuned in to everything that's happening. The whole process is fueled by deep questions, not easy answers. And it recognizes that in this space, both people are actually learning and growing together. It's a two-way street. Okay, so the philosophy sounds great, right? But what does this actually look like in practice? How does a session actually unfold? Let's walk through the basic flow. You can think of a session as moving through these four really natural stages. It kicks off with clarifying what the client actually wants to work on, then it drops into exploring what's happening for them in the here and now, their thoughts, feelings, even body sensations. And it's from that exploration that new insights just start to bubble up. And finally, the coach helps the client see how they might translate those aha moments into action, inviting them to move forward. Now, the really crucial thing to get here is that this four-step structure isn't some rigid checklist. Think of it more like the banks of a river. It provides just enough shape to guide the conversation, but its real purpose is to create a safe container for freedom and flow, to allow whatever needs to emerge to, well, emerge. All right, now we get to what is, for me, the most distinctive and, honestly, the most fascinating part of this entire process. We're going to talk about the primary tool the coach uses, what we can call the coach's inner compass. So if the coach isn't leaning on advice or formulas or their expertise, what is their most vital instrument? What are they actually using to navigate this delicate process of discovery with you? And the answer is, it's profound, but it's also incredibly simple. It's their own inner landscape. The coach's number one tool is their own internal awareness. So what on earth does that mean? It means the emotions, the physical sensations, the little intuitive nudges that come up for the coach during a session. They're treated as valuable data. They aren't just random distractions. They're seen as mirrors, reflecting something important about the client's experience or the dynamic happening right there in that moment. Now, this takes a ton of skill. The coach's awareness has to be like a finely tuned instrument. They have to learn to notice these internal signals, a flash of confusion, a feeling of excitement, a knot in their stomach, without getting attached to them or making it about themselves. Instead, they use that subtle data to help them ask a better question or to simply be even more present with their client. So, we have this unique partnership, we have this structured flow, and we have this incredible inner tool that the coach is using. So where does it all lead? Well, it leads to the whole point of the process, growth that truly comes from within. The whole purpose of emergence coaching is to help you move beyond those old conditioned patterns. The limiting beliefs and automatic reactions that keep us feeling stuck. By shining a light on those patterns, you create space for a deeper, more authentic intelligence to start guiding your choices and actions. I just love this quote from the source material. It captures the spirit of this so perfectly. It suggests that growth doesn't have to be this constant struggle. When we tap into this deeper part of ourselves, this unified field, progress can actually happen effortlessly, pulling us naturally toward a more fulfilling life. And that is really the key takeaway here. This isn't about forcing change or trying to white-knuckle your way to a goal. It's about alignment.
When we learn how to listen to and actually trust our own inner intelligence, progress stops being a chore. It becomes something spontaneous, creative, and something that genuinely supports our lives.
So we'll end by just turning that question back to you. After hearing about this framework of listening from within, it's worth asking yourself, what intelligence, what wisdom, what new possibility is already there, just waiting for the right conditions to emerge within you?